I think I'm live. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Alchemy of Motherhood. Welcome to, let me just get back into the screen here. Hold on. I cannot see who's here. Can go out. Okay. Give me a few seconds, guys. Okay. So we are live. Okay, great. Welcome to the Alchemy of Motherhood. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I'm Alexia Vlachos-Golokassidis, your host and transformational coach for moms, light worker, and conscious parenting advocate. Today's topic is about, how willing are you to let go of the dark feelings that are surrounded in motherhood? Okay, when I talk about dark feelings, I'm talking about the hopelessness. Okay, I'm talking about the desperation that comes around. I'm talking about the depression that might come around. Okay. And if you're just joining me, guys, please drop an emoji, say hi, say where you're joining from. It's great to get some engagement in here. So I'm just talking about the dark feelings of motherhood and how willing you are to let those go, because I'll go into it later on in the training. About why it's important to let them go, but not just letting go and forgetting about them. There's a process that I would love to teach you, and this is how I live my life, and this is how I raise my family. So the feelings of failing, like you're failing, the feelings that you're being left behind around something, or the feeling that the curse of time, that there's no time. You don't have time to do the things you love. You don't have time to meet with your friends, or you don't have time to have a quiet coffee, or do the yoga, or the gym, or whatever you want to do, or you don't have time to sit with your kids in peace and truly be present with them. Okay, because you're restricted in your time. Okay, so even just being fully present with your kids is hard. Okay, so also there's certain expectations that we as moms constantly trying to live up to, constantly. And those expectations come to you from all angles, from social media, from TV, from what do we call those, reality shows, or beauty shows, or whatever, magazines, blogs, celebrities that you follow, and anything that you're exposed to, anything you expose yourself to, your family, your parents, your partner. Everyone has expectations of you. You have expectations of you. And there's this constant battle and a constant struggle of living up to those expectations, and it's like, whew, right? So if this is landing for you guys, just drop an emoji or give me a thumbs up or something, so I know we're on the right track. Okay. What else did I want to pull in here? Trying, as moms, we really do put so much effort in doing all the roles perfectly. All the hats that we get to wear, we have to do them all perfectly, and we have to succeed at those. And not possible to succeed at everything perfectly. So at the realization that you're not succeeding in any area of your life, whether it's your finances, whether it's your career, whether it's your motherhood journey, or whether it is as a wife, or a daughter-in-law, or a sister, or a daughter, in any areas of your life, there's expectations. and you want to be successful in all those areas because of these expectations, right? And it's not possible because there's a line you've drawn for yourself where you're trying to live up to that line, but it's because of other people's ideals and other people's conditionings that you're trying to live up to that line. This is what I want to go into today. Why do we have those expectations? Why are we having these dark feelings of motherhood? Why are we exposed to this experience of being a mom? Why aren't things easy and graceful? Why? Okay. So your struggle with your kids, the struggle with your partner, whether you're on different pages, and every day is a constant having to explain or having to try to convince somebody about what you're thinking and how you're feeling, trying to get somebody on the same page as you, trying to enroll them in your idea and in your thoughts of what you want to do. Okay. Another thing could be coming up for you, like, have you ever had moments in your life where you actually look at yourself in the mirror and you think to yourself, what am I doing? What life am I living? Have you ever felt like you hate your life? Or even you hate your kids at some point, Have you ever actually gone into the room or into the bathroom or into the shower and felt this dark, heavy, shit scared feeling that you actually hate your partner, your kids? I know I'm going in deep, guys, but this is required, okay? So these are the dark feelings that I'm talking about. Okay, and it's the dark feelings that nobody wants to talk about. But we have to talk about these because these are the ones that are running the show on a very, very deep level. And these are the ones that you want to pull out now, like yesterday. Okay. So you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize at some point that you're not living the life you thought you'd be living. You're not where you thought you'd be at this age, at this time of your life. And that brings despair. It brings feelings of failure. It brings feelings of wanting to give up. It brings fear. It brings defeat. Okay, and these need to be looked at. Okay, we have to look at these things. I've just got some notes that I just took a little moment ago. These have to be looked at because these are the actual things that are running the show on the inside, and you're not even aware of it. Okay, so, and I'm going to invite you today to do something very hard. But the only reason I'm going to be asking you to do this is because whether you're watching this video, this training live, or whether you're watching the replay, the only reason why I'm going to be asking you to do this hard thing today is because I know that you have it inside of you to do this. I'm going to be asking you about. Okay, you have all the resources you need inside, and believe me when I say that. Okay, there have been times in my life where I thought I was literally going to die, literally, whether from fear, whether from pain, whether from the circumstances I was in. I literally felt like I was going to be dying. I literally felt like my heart was being ripped out. Okay? This is called the dark night of the soul. And these are the moments in your life where you actually look back and you think, wow, that really pulled me into a whole new paradigm in my life. Okay? So you got to look back. You got to look back at those moments in your life and take those dark feelings. And this is what I want you to do. Pick a challenge that you're experiencing right now in your life. What's playing constantly in the background during these days, this past week? What's been on your heart? What are you feeling? What's been worrying you? What's concerning you? Okay, and what feelings are around those? I want you to actually do this work. This is important. Okay, so what I was saying was that during those dark times in my life, I absolutely knew that I was going to be okay, no matter what I was going through. I absolutely knew that God was working through me. Okay, you might believe in the universe or whatever. I believe in that. For me, it's God. Okay, but it's it's the same, guys. Okay, so let's not get caught up in the labels. So I knew that God was working through me, and I knew that His he was giving me the right guidance, the right tools through whatever challenge I was going through. Okay, whether a challenge was so hard and so terrible and so like, like bringing you to a point of thinking, why is this happening? Why is this happening right now? Why is this happening to me? That type of thing. All those moments in my life, I knew, and I had the trust and the knowing that this is actually working for me. Okay, so going back to the feelings now, I'm going to help you tie this in. Okay, I want you to take the feelings that you're having right now, the hard feelings. You have a difficult day, and all these dark feelings around your circumstances, around yourself, around your abilities. Can I actually do this? I don't have the right tools. I'm not ready yet. I don't have the education that I'm supposed to have yet. No one's going to believe me. No one's going to trust me. My kids need me more than ever right now, or I don't have the time. These type of thoughts create feelings for you. Okay, and this is what I want you to focus on. So the feelings are not something that you want to avoid. The emotions are not something that you want to avoid. The emotions are actually an incredible tool, an incredible, how can I call it? Like a guidance system. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a guidance system that's been put inside of you, okay, that you get to read. You get to read and scan and see where your next step is, okay? So any challenge you're facing now, any dark emotions that you're currently facing, if anything that I listed resonated with you and, hit a chord, this is your guidance system telling you that your current situation, your current life that you're living is not in alignment with your true self. Okay, so you have a certain experience, you have a certain circumstance in your life, you experience that firstly mentally, right? Well, actually experience that in a sensory way. You create a thought about it, and then your thoughts, your brain, creates a chemical reaction which you experience as a feeling, as an emotion. Okay, so you owe it to yourself to witness those emotions. You have to witness these emotions. You have to allow yourself to experience the emotions, okay? And not brush them under the carpet, okay? Because when you brush them under the carpet, you're just saying to them, you know what? I don't have time to deal with you right now. Or I don't have the capacity to deal with this right now. I'm not ready to deal with this right now. But the truth is, you're always ready. You're always ready. Otherwise, those emotions wouldn't be coming up for you. They're coming up for you because you're ready. Okay, so we make the mistake of thinking that we're not ready to deal with things in our lives, but we actually are, just because the emotion has come up for you. So what you do is you take whatever emotion you're experiencing, that feeling, right? Witness it. Witness what's happening on the inside. Honor it, and allow that emotion to be fully felt. Allow yourself to fully feel the desperation. Allow yourself to fully feel the hopelessness. Okay, but like really fully feel it. Not getting lost down that hole, but just really honoring that feeling, really feeling it. Okay. Then because by feeling it, you actually get to go deeper and you get to unpack. You get to unpack and just see, where this actually came from. In my private coaching, with my private coaching clients, we do this constantly, okay? And it's a process that I teach them so that they can do it on their own as well on a day-to-day basis, okay? There's not a day that goes by that I don't do this with myself. I honor my emotions, I unpack what's happening so that I don't get to fill up my backpack and become the product of my emotions when I'm dealing with my kids. Because that's what happens. When you don't deal with your stuff, you carry it along with you and it actually becomes a filter for you. Okay, so you're filtering all your responses through the stuff that you're carrying. And it's like, blah, okay. So you get to go deeper and unpack fully what's happening with those emotions. So Actually, you can even go ahead and write down the thoughts that you're having around whatever you're feeling. Write down the thoughts. Really, really download whatever's coming up for you on paper. So, and then get to write down the feelings around those thoughts. So you might even create, like, you can, on a piece of paper, draw a big heart and put the feeling that you're feeling inside of that. So it might be hopeless, or it might be despair, or it might be worry, or it might be anxious, or it might be fearful, or it might be, I'm just giving you some examples so you can tap into. Doubtful. You might be feeling doubtful about yourself. You might be feeling in conflict about something. You might be feeling that you're not supported. You might be feeling there's so many feelings, guys. You might be feeling guilty. You know, guilt is a big one for moms. You might be feeling shame. Okay, so there's shame and guilt, a lot of shame and guilt that goes into the old paradigm of motherhood. And if you want to actually step into the new paradigm of motherhood, we have to let go of the old stuff. We're going to let go of the old shit that's keeping us down, okay? So the new paradigm of motherhood, what does that look like? Well, it looks like a beautiful diamond. Can you imagine a beautiful diamond in front of you? And just see the brilliance of that diamond and all the spectrums of light that it gets to shine from every single angle that you hold it. There's no point on the diamond that doesn't shine light back out. Okay, and also the light that it gets to draw in goes really deep into the diamond. Okay, this is motherhood. Okay, and you get to draw in the light and you get to give it out. Light and the love. That is the new paradigm of motherhood. Okay, where we get to break the illusions away, let go of the old stories, break the patterns, you know, discern, make powerful decisions about our lives and our families and our future. Not from a space of fear, not from a space of scarcity, but standing strong in your wisdom, standing strong in your power, standing strong in your light, standing strong in your truth. Okay? And this is what I've been doing, I think, throughout my whole life. Okay? Always standing strong in my own truth, even when people didn't like it. So I might be triggering you here with some things that I'm saying, but this is the truth. Okay? I'm not here to play, you know, itty bitty on tiptoes. I'm here to create a shift. I'm here to create a movement in your life. Okay? So take that emotion, whatever it is you're feeling, put it in a big heart on a piece of paper. Okay, you're going to do some brain heart storming. I'm not going to call it brainstorming, heart storming, because it's all about the heart. I can't tell you how much power, how much the source that you have inside of you. So heart storming. Okay, so write that on a piece of paper in a heart. And then what I want you to do is feel the polarity that's going on inside of you around that feeling. So you're going to be feeling very polarized. You're going to be feeling this feeling that you're feeling, and you're going to be feeling like, you know, I should be feeling that. You know, this is what I actually want in my life. Very polarized. You're here, but you want to be there. Okay, and this is what it is. This is what it's about. In between these two spaces is where the work gets done. So you get to bridge these gaps. You get to bring these two polars actually together. You get to unify them. So it's not about fighting the dark feelings. It's not about rejecting them or resisting them, because you know that what you resist persists. It's about noticing it, witnessing it, honoring it, so that it can open up and receive the new. The new being where you actually want to be. Okay, so the work that gets to happen in between is you actually diving into that emotion. So on your piece of paper, write down, you know, put lines coming out of the heart and just write down the things that are coming to you. It might be the trigger that triggered this emotion. It might be another trigger and another trigger. And I want you to also notice where you have been having this feeling in the past. Like, is it a pattern that's coming up for you in your life? Is this feeling a pattern? Okay, so you get to actually map out this pattern on your paper. So you write down that feeling and you put in all, check in with your heart and see where else did you have this feeling? When else did this feeling come up for you? Okay, then you're going to start noticing a pattern, and you can see that when you put these things on paper and you actually see them in writing on paper, you get to feel liberated actually, and you get to empower yourself because you see that you don't. My life doesn't have to be this way anymore. It's a choice. My life doesn't have to be this way anymore. And then I want you to go ahead and imagine that your heart is a diamond. Okay, imagine your heart is a diamond, and you bring that feeling into the diamond. Okay, and the diamond, in all its brilliance, in all its light, gets to transmute that energy. Gets to just burst the light into that energy. This is energy work, guys. If it's not, you don't need to understand it to know that it works. Okay, I promise you it works. So your feelings are actually guiding you. They're guiding you to something bigger. They're guiding you to something greater. So, but you have to go into them. You have to go into the feelings so that you can allow it to open up through your light, through your love. Okay, to allow the truth of what's happening to come out. And the truth of what's happening will come out. You're going to see the truth of that feeling on your pieces of paper. And then you're going to connect to where you actually want to be. And then it's a choice. You get to make a choice of whether you want to be here or whether when you want to be there. Okay? It really is a choice, guys. And this is what we do. This is what I do with my clients. I show them that they have a choice. And I show them how to do the work in between. So that they go from being who they are now to where they actually want to be. And for everybody who actually hopped in on sorry, before I go into that, I also want to invite you to think of your feelings and your emotions as a GPS. Like I said before, a guidance system. They are a GPS, okay, and they're showing you where you have to go into to heal yourself, to let go of stuff that's actually bogging you down. Okay, your feelings are your GPS. You have to honor the voice that's speaking to you. It's like that if you have a GPS in your car or when you're using your phone, there's a voice, right, telling you turn left at the next one or keep going straight or turn right in 200 meters. So your feelings are the voice. They are your GPS. And they're telling you, Melissa or whoever, Maria, this you're feeling this now, so you have to go into this. Don't ignore it because then you're going to miss the next stop. Okay, that's exactly what's happening. So you get to go into your feelings, break that up, break up that energy, and really open yourself up so that you can actually see the next turn. Okay, because by being blocked and bogged down by all these feelings, you're gonna miss the turn. Okay, you're gonna miss the turn. You're gonna miss the beautiful sights along the way, along the journey of your life. And that's what happens. You don't truly experience life as you're meant to experience it, and because you're actually living in the past. Because these feelings are all coming up for you from your past to be relived, so that you can actually do the work around that. I hope this is making sense. Okay. Please post in any questions. Post. Also, I'd love for you to share what feelings have come up for you. What feelings are you experiencing these days? Go ahead and put it in the comments and we can unpack it, and I can unpack it with you. We can do it in a private messenger if you want as well. Just share your feeling with me in messenger. I would love to go deeper with you on that. Okay. Also, I just want to share with you that, so the GPS is actually, I just remembered now, the GPS is actually your guidance system to take you to your destination, right? So I like to call my destination as coming back home, because it's me coming back to my true self, coming to my higher self, which is connected to God, right? You're connected to the higher source of creation. So my journey in life is coming home to me. My GPS is always set to the destination of home. Okay, so you can take that on for yourself as well if you like that, because it truly is, our life's journey is about truly discovering who we are and living from that pure light. Okay, so I wanted to share with you before I get off here, that thank you to all the moms who registered and who signed up for the free heart code assessment. I know that a lot of you had big breakthroughs, and even the moms that had an activation about a month ago or 2 months ago, we still keep in touch, and many moms have had huge breakthroughs. So I'm so glad that you're sharing your news with me, and I love to see how your lives have shifted and transformed just from one call. This is just to say that the energy work works, the coaching works, and this is actually the steps that are required to go from being here to being there. Okay, there's like a meshing and a merging of two energies that needs to happen, a unification. Okay, and this is where I get to support my clients to actually experience huge breakthroughs and living the life on a whole new level. Okay, if anybody would like to know more about that, please reach out. I would love to share more information with you. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I hope this live training has been of value to you. You can catch the replay if you didn't catch the live, and please post your questions, post your feelings, and let's see how we can unpack that together. Okay, love you guys lots, and I'll see you same time next week. Bye.